Alright, so how y'all doing boys? Hope you're doing well now. In today's video, as of the time recording this video, we did have the JP live stream. I think it was around 12 hours ago, but unfortunately for where I am, most of the time those live streams happen when I'm asleep, so can't exactly do like a live stream, you know, watching the actual live stream itself or getting out an instant video. But we do of course have here the JP patch notes, and honestly super excited. There's quite a lot of interesting content. I feel like the big question here is, especially for me as a global player, is will we get this in our up and coming week, or like, should I say our up and coming update week? Because if they do what they did with the Sari and push it back a week, I'm going to be so goddamn disappointed. But here we go, the brand new SKADI along with the Ragnarok update. Along with the SKADI we have is the side banner Elate. Now, I don't know why they did Elate. This makes absolutely zero sense. Pretty much all of the previous Ragnarok banners, whether it's been the Brunhilde, the Magelda, Sigurd, any unit like that, they've all had Sins as their, you know, side characters, which is fine. Elate's still pretty close to a Sin, I suppose. It's not too far-fetched, but all of those characters are from the Ragnarok story. We haven't seen or heard anything of Elate in the Ragnarok story so far, and I find it very hard to believe she's going to be in the next update. So, as well as that, she's also built for the Knighthood boss, just like the Red Elate. They do actually talk about that a little bit in the live stream. I'm just not a person who's that fussed by Knighthood boss. I do of course do the content, and I still try to get like a big score, and I get all of the rewards of course, but I don't know, I just don't feel the need to really, I don't know why. They could have given us so many better characters. A Ragnarok Barn or a Ragnarok Escanor would have been so much more favorable, but it is what it is. Jumping over to this next page here, we have the banner picture. We do have the ultimate animations. Neither of them are anything super special, but down here, of course, we do have, it's all in Japanese. Let me quickly fix that. Yes, so we do have here the full list of the units that are on the banner. It is going to be a banner, as you can see here, that you are going to have to spend 600 gems on in order to get the guaranteed character. Hopefully get either SKADI or the Elate before that milestone, so you can get the two of them. But looking at the banner, you do of course have the two feature units. The green Brunhilde, which is a really nice pick. I feel like Brunhilde's been getting quite a lot of attention in the most recent banners. We do have them, of course, on the recent Sari banner as well. Both of these banners I wouldn't really recommend summoning for, especially if you're just going for them. Actually, no, I don't think the Brunhilde is on the Sari banner. I think I'm talking about the Halloween Gotha and the Halloween Matrona, but we also have the Ragnarok green Diane, red Sigurd, the blue Magelda, I think she is, blue Lostfane Meliodas, which is the Ragnarok one. I believe this Elizabeth is the green SSR Elizabeth, the one that heals and gives the ult gauge upon ult. SSR Creation Fighter Diane, which I believe is the red Diane, green Zarathustra, green Denethor Liz, and then the red Oslo and Hawk. So yeah, not the craziest banner. Neither of these units are like super game changing either. Of course, SKADI being a Ragnarok character, most people want her for the collectiveness and the fact that it's a Ragnarok, but I'm sure this Elate will come around plenty more times. If we do jump over to how SKADI is built, at first glance this looks like a Keo counter, and is honestly probably a Keo counter, but the way that their cards work definitely makes it seem like they're their own character. But looking at the passive, for every debuff on the hero, decreases all enemies' attack and defense by 8%, and increases damage of all allies by 15%. So there is no cap on that by the looks of it, so I can imagine obviously Keo's passive only going up to 6 ignites on the character, unless you get the extra one from the Holy Relic, then it goes up to 8. That is still an extremely strong passive, and along with that, her first card here decreases the max HP of the hero by 2% every turn for 3 turns, and inflicts damage equal to 625% of attack on one enemy, limit to 5 times. So she can also debuff herself on top of that. So on paper, this looks very good. It's going to be one of those characters where we'll just have to see how they work in play. She could work extremely well or extremely poorly. The red typing, I'm not totally sure on. I feel like best case scenario, either blue to counter Keo, which I personally think is what she's for, or green to make her deal just a little bit better with King, but it is what it is. Meliodas is obviously dark type, so his type effectiveness against everyone. The second card cancels buffs and stances on one enemy and inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack. Hoping this the fact that it cancels buffs is obviously super important and is obviously made to counter the traitor Meliodas as well. And the ultimate here inflicts damage equal to 360% of attack on all enemies and restores the HP of all allies by 30% of the damage dealt. Pretty much what we have with the blue Tarmiel. However, I do think his works off defense. Obviously, SKADI not being a character going to build a triple defense here. Over here, we have the Elate, who once again passive only works in the Knighthood battle. In Knighthood boss battle, if allies have all 3 attributes, strength, HP, and speed, increase all allies' defense-related stats by 8%, and decreases the damage received by 5% at the start of an allied turn, limit up to 5 times. Once again, it does look fairly strong, looks decent on paper, we'll just have to see how it works. I'm not going to be one that's going to use her an awful lot. I'm sure all the Knighthood fanboys will go crazy over the first card here. Inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy and depletes one ultimate move gauge orb. The second card, apply one solidify on one ally. If there are debuffs, they are removed, and an additional solidify effect is applied for every debuff removed. Is this not? It's kind of just like the previous elite we've had, but combined with the blue Oslo. Is it Oslo and Elizabeth? Sorry, Elizabeth and Hawk. I don't know why I thought Oslo then. I don't know, I feel like this character should be a tiny bit better. The ultimate here removes debuffs from all allies, grants debuff immunity, and increases defense-related stats by 100% for 4 turns. Honestly, it doesn't look like that big a change from the previous one in all honesty, but hey, that might just be me. Jumping back over to the update here, we have the chapter 3.5 of Ragnarok. I do believe we will start to see a little bit of Barn in this one, or we might have finished off with a little bit of Barn on the previous chapter. Added Demon Beast Battle card pack, obviously can't see. Any of the actual images themselves can't be translated by the actual search engine, so they'll be stuck how they are. New costumes for the SKADI. Honestly, all of them look really good. I'm less so a fan of this one, and more so a fan of like the dark emo one. I mean, SKADI being the emo goth mummy, that one obviously fits. This one as well is really nice. This one, there are some very defining features in it. It shows a lot of it, if you know what I mean, but I don't know. I'm obviously going to summon for the character and buy all the costumes. It is what it is. Costumes cannot be purchased, yada yada yada. Down here I added 4 new sacred objects. From what I remember, we got one for Elizabeth where her shields have an increased efficiency of 15%, one for Magelda, and then there were 2 other ones. The other 2 weren't really like anything big. Holy Relics are just not that big a thing at the moment. They're such a small additional passive that really people who were like, oh, I don't know what Holy Relic to use, literally just get it for the character that you either use the most or have the most fun using, or like you're a big fan of. There's no Holy Relic in the game that is a must get at the moment. If you really like, you can get it for the GOTH. Obviously that'll help you just a tiny bit more in those demonic beast battles and actually getting more Holy Relics. But we do here as well have the new demonic beast battle. Ike Bernal, yeah, what is this? It's all of the Ragnarok names are just so much. Reward of the new demonic beast battle. I'm guessing this will be the material you get for the first, second, and third completion, first try. Everything else you've pretty much seen before. I'm guessing this will obviously be the new version of the blue crystal we get from the bird raid. Added demon battle beast selection function. You can select a demon beast and move to the story of the corresponding stage. When forming a demon beast battle team, you can fix the demon beast and play all layers of the corresponding demon beast battle. The demon beast has been confirmed and cannot be changed until the weekly reset. You can play the demon beast that you have not... Hold on. You can play the demon beast battle that you have not selected, but you cannot get the first clear reward. Why on earth, Netmarble? At first glance, reading this and seeing these pictures, that was the one thing I hoped they didn't do. This is... Oh, that's so ridiculous, because for people who have already cleared like stage 3 of the bird, you're obviously going to choose this other one. It's the new content, it's new Holy Relics, but at the same time, like, you might not have the team built for it, or you might just struggle with the event in general, and then you've just wasted a whole week of bird materials that you could have easily have gotten that you're comfortable with the raid. I hope they change this later on the path. Obviously, they have changed stuff. Grand Cross have honestly been on an amazing streak of changing and fixing things, obviously. Prime example with the bird, the whole thing resetting when you lose, that was intentional when they did that, and it's one of the greatest fixes. People figured out ways around it by resetting the game when you got to the death screen, but really hoping they fix that. I don't know why they thought that'd be good either, but oh well. Added Demon's Battle button, tap the Demon Beast Battle and story, yada yada yada. Added weekly challenge rewards and fixed rewards. Added challenge rewards that can be obtained by playing the Beast Battle. Okay, this is fairly... I definitely like this as well, especially if it's just more ways to get these kind of harder to get materials like the blue ones there. Challenge rewards can only be obtained from the Demon Beasts that have been confirmed and selected. The yada 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 will reset once every week. Okay, that is fairly interesting, and they're up in the top there. Good to know. Definitely, that's a good addition to the game. Unlike the bloody only being able to select one Demon Beast. I suppose as well it does make with just less tedious content. You only have to do 1 per week, but for those people that want to put in the hard miles, make it so you can do the 2 of them. add content to the Tower of Blood tree. I was kind of expecting this, and we should expect this as well with the third Demon Beast battle that releases, to be able to get this third, you know, world tree path to be opened. Some free gems as well, which is really nice, and an extra store. As you can see, we get the purple orbs there. I'm guessing this is going to be everything we can purchase. More card packs, which is really nice. We'll obviously need this to get the new Holy Relics. And 7 Deadly Ward costumes are okay, hold on. The 7 Deadly Sins costumes are always on sale. Period January 27th. Okay, that is really interesting. I'm not sure. It says Tavern World map bottom. Are they just permanently putting some costumes on sale? Because that's honestly a really nice change, especially if it is for some of those characters that are just less used. Once again, we will have to say, obviously, none of this is translated yet, but good to know that they're doing stuff like that. We do, of course, have the bundles here for the new summon, and I'm guessing these are just extra new bundles. None of these are crazy value. I'm not too sure about the prices either. Some of the bundles they've been doing as of recent, especially with the Trader Meliodas, have been absolutely ridiculous. The value you can get from them. Added character name, search function. Okay, this is as well is really nice. We have been seeing a lot more quality of life stuff in these coming updates, which is good. Improved coin shop composition and products for sale. Cool to see that they've added a new layout. Some of the stuff is a little bit expensive. Just with how valuable all of the like SSR coins are for Super Awakening, I don't know if I'd really recommend spending any of it in the coin shop regardless. New improvements for the night battle. If you like, you can pause the video and have a read of this. Not something I really use a whole lot. Ragnarok roulette event, pretty much just what we've gotten previously, but with a new title. And what is this? Oh, this is more of the roulette stuff. New village donation event, which is always nice. Those are always good. I'd 100% recommend every time they're there, just doing them. Getting the free SSR pendants is huge, especially barely anyone on Global has the box level 90, or at least, especially if you're free to play. Pretty much no one, I could imagine, to have level 90, but that just about does it for the patch notes. Whole bunch of really good stuff. They've been, you know, been on a really good streak of doing good updates. I would really like to see this whole thing patched here, obviously, but I mean, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.